Welcome back to Here for the Common Game. Today we're going to talk about deck number 304, Mr. Whisper. Now, sack 2 creatures, return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. This sounds absolutely amazing because there's a ton of creatures that we want to do this with. We want to keep looping. Now, I think we'll just jump right into the creatures. I have these in absolutely no particular order. I don't. I mean, I'm just going to shuffle them up. Gary, the Grey Merchant of Asphodel is amazing in any mono black deck. But to be able to sacrifice this guy, and we have several sacrifice outlets, and just keep looping him back and forth. I love that it's each opponent loses that. And this is going to get you some life along the way. We have Carrion Feeder. We have Sacrifice Outlet. We have Hell's Caretaker. The ability, now this is only during your upkeep, because I realize that's a novel down there. But you just swap a live dude for a dead dude. And it gets amazing when your dead dudes are something just dumb. Now, Phyrexian Plague Lord. Whoop. Phyrexian Plague Lord just sacrifices itself, and it's an outlet. You can sacrifice creatures to ping, essentially. Fallen Angel is a repeatable sack outlet that can also be a fireball on wings. Puppeteer Click. From an opponent's graveyard? Wow. And it has Persist, and you can... Yeah, it's really good. Now, Skinrender has an enter the battlefield trigger of 3 counters on one dude. So this is really good to keep, Hell's Caretakering, whispering back and forth, as well as the Faceless Butcher. Now, Faceless Butcher was the first card of its kind. It is really old. And what we love about Faceless Butcher is the fact that this is 2 different sentences. Now, it does kind of like what is now Oblivion Ring. They haven't reprinted this since this. It's only been printed twice. The original set plus the full deck Graveborn. I loved the premium deck series. I don't know why they stopped. But anyway. You can play it, exile a creature. No, I'm sorry. It enters the battlefield. You put the exile creature ability onto the stack, sack it to some effect, which we have plenty of, and put the second ability on the stack on top of it. It resolves in essentially a LIFO order. The second ability triggers, there's nothing there. The first ability triggers, it exiles it forever. But that's, yeah. This may be the deck to actually abuse that. So, Stronghold Assassin doesn't see a whole lot of play. You got to tap him, sack a dude, destroy a non-black dude. Roll Assassin, it's just got to be tapped. And Roll Assassin been stalling out boards since the beginning of the game. I absolutely love it. Necrotol has that sweet, sweet terror when it comes into play, as does the Bone Shredder. But the Bone Shredder has Echo. So it's more than likely you're not playing that Echo because you want to get it into the yard anyway. This is a good thing to Hell's Caretaker every dang turn. But it's going to get you down there. Anyway, Reassembling Skeleton. Just a dude. Likes to come back. Likes to hang around. You sack a dude to get him back. Or you sack him to get another dude back. And he comes back. So it's... I've got Vampire Nighthawk just because it's a good old-fashioned, all-around great creature. 2/3 with 3 relevant abilities. Don't happen a lot. Vampire Hexmage is going to kill itself to nuke Walker's or Jimmy's entire deck that he played Friday because of all the counters. Anyway. Gravedigger. This is just a good card. This is a card advantage card. When you pull this back from the graveyard, it brings back something to your hand, so you get that ETB trigger, and you can keep looping the Gravedigger as well. Dalthy Slayer I've got in there. Some of these are just creatures that we just needed. We needed dudes in the deck. And Dalthy Slayer's really good. 2 mana. Might as well be unblockable. Has to attack. Of course, we have Zulapur Cutthroat. Incremental advantage here. This card rewards us for stuff that we're doing anyway. With Bloodthrone Vampire, of course, repeatable sack outlet. Butcher of Malakir. Running the Butcher. I am not running the Grave Pact because I don't have one, but I am running the Butcher and, of course, the Dictate of Erebos. Now, Nephrox, just makes your opponent sack a creature. I'm down with that. Thief of Blood, yeah. Also the Bane to Jimmy's counters deck. And Planeswalkers, and oh man, it's really good, but the problem is this guy gets really big and gets really dead. Merciless Executioner is simply almost a reprint of the Fleshbag Marauder. Now, the Blood Crazed Paladin is for when you get wrathed. That's just beautiful. Of course, getting wrathed in this deck is not particularly horrible because you kind of want your dudes in the yard. Now, Avatar of Woe, we're probably going to be able... I'm betting that we get to 10 dead creatures before we get to 8 black mana. Demon of Catastrophes. I like this guy. Played him at the pre-release. And, of course, in that format, he was impossible to answer. It was too quick. Ooh. Anyway. 6/6 Flying Trap when you sack a dude. Torgar, hey. Sacking a number of creatures. This sounds like what we want to do. And, of course, Artisan. Because get a dude back. 9 mana is a little steep. He may not be. Maybe I'm not really, 100% sold on the Eldrazi. Maybe the sacrifice you get Eldrazi. That would be pretty cool. I think that's even higher than 9. This is more or less a placeholder. What else we got? What else? Hey, let's do some ramp. The worst ramp in our format. Powerstone Shard. Of course, we have the Soul Ring, Prismatic Lens, Charcoal Diamond, Guardian Idol. We're playing mono black. You gotta have a Dark Writ. Don't our general cost 3? That's kind of sweet. Now, Cryptghast. Double up. It's just good. Now, for those of you that don't know, Cryptghast. Extort does not. Extort is the ability on the card. This is weird because unlike Joda, because Joda has the 5 colors in his text box. While this technically has a white mana symbol in the text box, it is in reminder text. Reminder text does not count towards a card's color identity. That is how you can play Cryptghast in mono black decks. Seems like a real fuzzy line. Extort just longtime watchers, y'all know the issues I have with Extort because but in this I kind of had to because we ain't got a whole lot of ramp. Anyway, Black Market. Whenever a creature dies, okay, I envision it's going to be hard to keep a creature on the board from anybody with this deck. Black Market seems like the best card in the dang deck. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Of course, we got a couple tutors and Final Parting because that's what we want to do. One in the hand, throw one out in the yard. And then Diabolic Tutor, which I love this particular art because, Lily DeChandra. I don't know. What else we got here? Open the Graves. This is a new one. Now, so here again, this is one of those cards that just rewards us for doing what we're already going to be doing. Now, yeah, it does cost 5 mana. But the ability to just keep cranking out, because Whisper says sack 2, get 1 back. So we're down on card advantage there. But if we get 1 back and we get a token, does it come back to the hand or does it come back to play? It better come back to play. I don't know. Let's read it again, because I'm an old man and I forget things. Yes. So you get it back, and you're getting 2. Yeah, that's how that's going to work. Wow, that's way better than I thought it was. Open the graves, because now it's got to be non-token. But you can still sack the tokens to keep going with Whisper. So that's neat. Now, Desecrated Tomb, this is for when you get them back. So you're getting zombies for leaving and bats for coming. Okay. Playing a Yawgmoth's Vile Offering, because why not? Because the ability to get somebody's walker out of their yard just really, really excites me. And of course, when all else fails and you need a win con, you've got Exsanguinate. Let's look at some sweet, sweet removal. Of course, we're going to pile through these. Doomblade, Murder, Cast Down, Terror. Now, Reckless Spike. Oh, come on, really? I like Reckless Spike. What I like most about it is instant speed. 2 target non-black creatures. I don't like you and you. Of course, Extinction. No, I can't tell you why I'm running Extinction. It's not like Tribal is taking over my metagame. Well, actually, I'm probably the biggest Tribal guy. But I do like randomly weird. Anyway. But I don't know. I stumbled across it and I was like, sure, why not? I can't imagine me needing this for another deck. I hate that race kind of deck. I don't know. Of course, I got Deathbringer Regent. Living Death. Okay, this is kind of sweet. And Ingiric's Wake. Fun fact, when you are listing a deck on tappedout.com, it does not recognize this card exists. Yeah, it does not. So every time you have to completely type it out all the way, use the capitalization and all that, and I'm just like, really? I don't know. If any of you guys work for Tapped Out, yeah. Free heads up. Let's get some card drawing going on. Of course, we got Night's Whisper, because, Altar's Reap. Hey, we're sacking dudes to draw cards. This is on theme. But we've also got the Ancient Cravings and the Ambitious Cost, which is, pretty similar to the same card. And the Phyrexian Arena may be one of the better black ones. What is left? Oh, Reanimation. Victimize. I think maybe one of the most underplayed black cards there is. Wow. You get... It's the exact opposite of Whisper. You get 2 dudes back for the sacrifice of 1 dude. Wow. Of course, we have Soul Salvage. I mean, it's a thing. Dread Return is living the dream, is it not? Get a dude back, and then I get to get sacked. Oh, yeah. Rise from the Grave. Of course, we want to make it a zombie. Animate Dead. The very first reanimation card ever made. And crazy cheap. Of course, and the last card is the Elder Reborn. Now, I like it. I like it a lot. From a graveyard. Well, that is what I have got from Mr. Whisper. I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.